Okay. Okay. Hello, my name is Sarah Fleischman. I'm currently serving as the HOSA president, and today I'm happy to be able to share with you a presentation about STEM Premier in HOSA and the wonderful opportunities that are available to you as a HOSA member using STEM Premier. Today, we're going to begin at stempremier.com/HOSA. We're going to start our free profile right here by clicking on this button. And you have the option to create a STEM Premier account using either your Google account or through an email. And so today we're going to be using an email. Great. So we're going to get started by typing in our first name, last name, our current education level, our email address, and we're going to create a password. And the promo code is already put in for HOSA members. You have to agree that you are at least 13 years of age. You agree to the terms of use and privacy policy. You're not a robot, which I hope you're not. And you'll be creating your account. Okay, we're going to still use this account because I know it works. Great, so now we're going to start building our profile. So we're going to move on. As you can see, the check mark means we created our account initially, and now we're going to go through these different steps, and I'll describe each one in a little bit more detail. First, we're going to move on to the profile picture. And for right now, you don't need to upload a profile picture. However, if you are applying for a HOSA scholarship, you will need to. But for now, we're going to skip this step and move on. So this next one is our current school. So you're going to type in the current school that you're attending. Okay. And I'm going to say I will graduate with the class of 2019 right around the corner. And if you aren't able to see your school, what you'll see is you'll have to skip this step for now and come back to it. But for now, my school appears. Great, so we'll move on to our next step. And as you can see in this top corner, it lets you know that your profile is being updated. So that's a nice check for you. Okay, so for me personally, I'll be finishing college, where most of you may be finishing high school. So what you can see is it'll give you a bunch of options to choose from about what your plans are afterwards. So for me, I plan to go into the workforce immediately after graduating. So I'll be clicking on this button. Great. And let's say I'm like, oh, never mind. I actually plan to transfer to a four-year college or attend graduate school. Then you can go ahead and click on that. But I'm going to go back and go right into the workforce. So next, I will be looking at my career interests. So for my career, I hope to one day be working with working in, and I'm going to say health and medicine. In what industry? So I hope to work in health diagnosis and treatment with other, and one day I hope to work in public health as a physician. So I'm gonna look for physician. Perfect, physicians. And you can also add other career fields if you're interested as well. But for now, I'm just going to keep physician. Oh. And so next you fill out your demographic section. So we'll go with female, and then you can choose your ethnicity, or if you prefer not to answer, you can simply just swipe that tab, and once it highlights blue, you can move on to the next step, which is communication preferences. So STEM Premier has this really great feature where you're able to receive text messages from STEM Premier. And what this allows you to do is, let's say HOSA is viewing your profile or they need some more clarification about it. Instead of waiting to check your email, it'll send you a text message and let you know what needs to be edited or altered. So you can either choose to do that. So I'm going to choose for this sake, and I'm going to put in a phone number. and I'm going to click finish. And okay, it looks like we're almost done with my profile. So I'm just going to click on complete your profile. Okay, so great. So we have my basic profile filled out, and there are tons of options that you can go in and edit. And so now what I'm going to show you how to do is edit our profile. And there's a couple of different ways we can do this. So we can either go into an individual section, such as accomplishments or extracurricular and community service, and edit it this way. Or we can go to this top button in the upper right-hand corner that says Edit Profile, and you'll get a list view on this side. So I'm going to show you how to do both. Right now, I'm going to start with this list view. So we're going to go ahead and go into accomplishments first. And I'm going to show you how to add an accomplishment. So as you can see, they have some examples here of what you would add. Maybe you received second place in CPR first aid in your state competition. And of course, you would add this with whatever state or territory that you're residing in. So the description is pretty self-explanatory, but I placed second in the CPR first aid competition in the state of Florida. Perfect. And you can, as you can see, you can like add a link. For the start date, you'll put maybe the date of your state conference or the year of your state conference. So for now, I'll just pick an arbitrary date and go. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to save that. And as you can see, it has been added to your accomplishments tab. And so now what I'm going to do is show you how to edit through your profile. So we're going to go back to the dashboard. Oh, I'm sorry. We're actually going to go into the profile. And this takes you to this main page again. And as you can see, we have our first accomplishment listed. And now we're going to add an extracurricular/community service activity. So we're going to click this pencil button. And as you can see, many of them have the pencil button that you can edit. So if I were to click on it for accomplishments, it'd take me back to the same page I was just on. So let's do it for extracurricular community service to check. Okay. So right now it says that we don't have any listed yet, but we will as soon as we, okay. So right now it says that we don't have any yet, but we do have some to add. So as you can see, when you uncheck this blue box right here, you'll have the ability to add an extracurricular. So I'm going to add an extracurricular activity. So I'm going to put volunteering with the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. And then I'm going to briefly describe what I am doing with the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, which is HOSA's service project for 2018 through 2020. So you would describe what activities you're doing in this description box. You can add a link if you have a link for that. And then you're going to put the start date. So we'll put July 2018. And it is ongoing, right? So then you will save this. And as you can see, this has been added to your extracurricular community service. Great, so that shows up here, and then your accomplishments show up here. And as you can see, there are different opportunities you can add if you have any publications, any experiences, if you're currently tracking to go to any particular college, your intended major, if you have maybe an SAT, ACT score, and any maybe relevant health science courses that you're taking, I think that'd be pretty great to add. And if you need to add any files, this is where you can do so. So next, we'll be searching for opportunities via STEM Premier. So you're going to go to the top left area, and it says opportunities. So we're going to click on that. And so just based off of my preliminary criteria that I input, I have 747 opportunities that match, and they kind of show up on this side. Now, not all of them are applicable to me because I may not live in all of these states at once, or I know I don't. So what we're going to first do is look for opportunities from HOSA headquarters. So you're going to type in HOSA and under the organization name, and South Lake, Texas is the one that you will click on. And as you can see, it's listed right there. So I'm going to click on that. And we're going to look for the scholarship opportunity. So we're going to go down and under type, we're going to click scholarship. And we're going to click search. Great. So I have the opportunity that I was looking for came up. So I'm going to click on the National HOSA Scholarship Application for 2019. And what you can see here is we have the description of the scholarship application, who can apply, what the application process looks like, who's eligible, and the different information that you'll need, as well as different requirements that are through STEM Premier when you're submitting your application. So, for instance, you must have a career interest in the health industry listed on your profile, which we have done. You must be a HOSA member and has added HOSA-Future Health Professionals as an association to their profile, which I will show you how to do. And if you keep going down, there's different tasks that you need to complete, including adding a photo of yourself to your profile in order to be eligible for the scholarship. Additional information can be found below. As you can see, you'll need to upload your chapter membership roster form, some additional information like your personal statement, and then your valid cell phone, email, and address, and just different ways that we can contact you. So then you will click apply now at the bottom, and then that will submit your account. And I believe you can actually go back in and edit your application if needed. Let me go and show you how you can add HOSA onto your profile. So we're going to go back to profile at the top. You're going to click on this. And then we're going to go ahead and go back to edit profile in this top right corner. You're going to go under associations. So on the left-hand side, right above accomplishments. And you're going to type in HOSA. And look at that, popped right up. So HOSA-Future Health Professionals. You're going to click that, click save. And additionally, if you're involved with any other associations or an affiliated member of any of them, you can type in and add other organizations as well. So now that you have HOSA listed, you can see that you have a checkbox listed here, and any other parts of your profile that you have written something for, you have a checkbox or a check mark next to. So for certain states and associations, their competitive events and other opportunities are available. So for example, I'm going to type in HOSA once again, and I'm going to look for Florida HOSA. So I'm going to pretend that I'm a member of Florida HOSA, and I am looking for Florida. Okay, here we go. And I'm not going to edit any keywords. I'm going to keep the type all, and I'm going to search. And I have 14 matches. So I am going to pretend that I am a competitor in health career photography. So I will be clicking on this. And as you can see, there's a deadline for submission and the requirements just as they were listed for the HOSA scholarship program. There's also, you have to be an active member of HOSA. And so you'll be checking all these off to make sure that you meet the requirements for that competitive event. And for the additional information, this is where you upload. I'll be uploading my photos, my written descriptions, and my permission forms for the photos. And then I'll click apply now at the bottom. So this is how STEM Premier can be used for different association opportunities, maybe through your conferences. And we'll go back to our profile. And as you can see, we have completed a basic STEM Premier profile. And I want to thank you for watching this presentation. And if you have any additional questions, please email info@hosa.org. Thank you.